Fast forward, you come our journey, so how I gauge politics avenue. Podcast Roger Tuna because Mickey Headlines, Jumbre need to be exomo, or need him young Braximo, Onya, young Queen Simu. National Swam say, Ayano, subscribe to the channel. Hit notification bell, share, na have a front to answer into me and can be. What can we see? I mean, I'll see you. Na at this point in time, you're more in Ryan Simu. Attorney General Dominic Ayeni, Menoka say, what you mean? Intercepted findings or Public Procurement Authority. Now, you heard drill machines are at the bargain, has he said, Infamabua, a year, Sabio Son Sibinia doing Krum Kutuma, a quino engine. Drill machine who dreadino, Kitasishe, Proye, Kankan, and Addo, and Yasam Kotua. Tax invasion over invoicing. Unia enyasem kutua. Manoka say we just for attraction more able in simming trum. Mr. See you room.
Earth moving equipment for government's district road improvement project DRIP. Attorney General Dr. Dominic Ayine in a press conference this week revealed that the company was overpaid for the procurement of heavy-duty machineries amounting to $2 million. The Minister for Justice has revealed the company evaded taxes to the tune of 38 million cedis. Well, so I have my colleague Christian Yale in studio to bring us more details on that particular issue. Christian, thank you so much for your time. I know you have looked at the statement. What are the critical issues raised there?
Yes, so Michael, the first issue is the costing of these equipment or the items and the alleged overpayment. Now, JAP, as the short form would go, says that the earth-moving equipment distributed cost a total amount of $178,704,739.50 United States dollars, and this was the same amount that was stated by the Public Procurement Authority. And so they say that it is therefore factually incorrect to assert, or for the AG to assert, that the contract sum was rather 176 million US dollars. Now, what they are saying is that any perceived excess of 2 million US dollars did not arise from any overpayment to them, but rather a clerical error or mistake by the Public Procurement Authority, and that cannot be blamed on them. And again, there is that issue about tax evasion of some 38.7 million Ghana cedis. Now, let's say that claim that JAP imported and cleared 190 pieces of equipment under false tax exemption claims is also not correct. Now, the explanation they give here, Michael, is that they procured only 99 extra equipment component which were imported beyond the contractual 2,420 units, and these extra 99 equipment were imported by JAP together with the contracted equipment to support and maintain the operational efficiency of the DRIP project, but not something that was to, benefit JAP commercially or for any trading purposes. And so the said equipment were declared by GRA and placed under bonded warehouses. Now, the other, last leg of this is the alleged over invoicing and profit, margins, which is between 100% to 300%. And then they say that is also inaccurate. Now, the explanation is that the prices reflected competitive market values, and the contract figures were vetted, and also they were sanctioned by all the relevant government institutions and were far lower than even similar equipment that were previously procured. And so they go ahead to talk about how they are continuously going to commit to Ghana's development and all of those issues.
Did they say anything about what steps they plan on taking going forward on this particular issue? Is the statement statement, did it give any indication?
Not precisely, but they make the case that when you look at everything that they've done over the period, it establishes value for money.
Okay.
And so they've listed all the issues concerning value for money analysis that they've done concerning the DRIP project.
Yeah.
Mentioned, for instance, that it has created over 11,000 direct jobs. Mentioned, for instance, that over 4,000 Ghanaian mechanics have been professionally trained to manage all of these issues, and they have been certified on that. And then they continue to appreciate and tell that Ghanaians should look forward to their continuous commitment to developing the country through their own means. But they express their profound gratitude to the government and also the people of Ghana for their unwavering support and confidence in indigenous Ghanaian company whose services continue to contribute to national development.
All right, Christian, thank you so much for that. We'll keep our tabs on this one and see what comes out of it in the subsequent days. But of course, it's their word against the AG. We'll see how that all plans out. Thank you so much, my colleague. That was Christian Yale. Now, away from that to more stories. And President John Dramani Mahama has declared 3 days of national mourning following the death of former First Lady Nana Konadu-Agyeman-Rawlings. The 3-day national mourning commences from today, Friday, October 24 to Sunday, 26 October 2025. This was announced in a statement issued on Friday, October 24, and signed by the presidential spokesperson and Minister for Government Communications, Felix Kwakye Ofosu. The president has also directed that during this period, all national flags fly at half-mast at all public buildings, diplomatic missions, and government installations throughout the country and abroad. This is in honor of her memory and in recognition of her distinguished service to our nation. The statement said, government extends its deepest condolences to the family, her children, and all who mourn this irreplaceable loss. Mrs. Rawlings died on Thursday morning, October 23, 2025, after a short illness. She was 76. And we'll be going over to the phone lines to speak to my colleague, George Queenan, who is currently at the premises. We'll connect to him and bring you updates. We'll also take you to the regions as well to get you some more updates on what is particularly happening and how mourners are basically handling this situation following the death and the passing on of the former First Lady Nana Konadu-Agyeman-Rawlings. Now, the passing of Nana Konadu-Agyeman-Rawlings has cast a pall of sorrow across Ghana, particularly in the Ashanti region, as the nation mourns the loss of a transformative political figure. As the founder of the 31st December Women's Movement, she didn't just advocate for women, but ignited a revolution for gender empowerment, leaving an indelible mark on the country's social fabric. To gauge the public mood, our reporter Ibrahim Bubakar has been speaking with residents in Kumasi, and he also joins us via phone shortly to bring us updates on how the Ashanti region has been responding to this particular issue. But if you're watching us here on 3FM 92.7 live on Facebook, we're bringing you live feeds from the residents of the late First Lady, former First Lady Nana Konadu-Agyeman-Rawlings. But now we have our colleague Ibrahim Abubakar. Ibrahim, thank you so much for your time. You're live on 3FM 92.7. Talk to us. How is the Ashanti region mourning the loss of Nana Konadu?
Well, because first we do know that the late former First Lady has a root in Ashanti region, and even linked to Menchia Palace, so it's a big blow there. When you come to Kumasi, for instance, Ashtown, there is a daycare center that they established as part of the 31st movement, and they have a house there, and as we speak, it is not operational, but it has churned out a lot of people in the society, and people are just are yet to even come to terms with demise. They have described it as someone who has left an indelible link, someone who has done a lot with when it comes to women empowerment. And for that matter, we have a lot of women who have even used it as an inspiration to be able to achieve the level that they are now. So I do believe that this is a great loss to Ashanti region and the nation entirely. For that matter, they are expecting that government will give Ghanaians together will give a befitting barrier. Let's take a listen to some of the people I spoke to earlier.
This premises is 31st December Woman Movement donation for the community, which is very good. On make good impact, good initiative. Ema who say, "Yeni ayawo that time yebe commission ahano." You that time ne pa a course. The current maron swahibi. Nipa ya do sayi. Say nipa ya de nesi anyina ya. Eno na ema obi ehun say ti o memwa. E wo se ya de pa e de boa ye man.
Ya hwra de kese pa. Se de midi nkan ka se na kokro du sem no, obi kura mpo hwe ne so e de bɔ ne bra. Mimi se me hwe ne so de bɔ me bra.
O ya hwra de ankasa. Hwra de ankasa. O me tie kura e shock me. I was shocked. Only because I was see Diamond. What you say?
So Ibrahim, those were some residents from the Ashanti region expressing their sorrows at the loss of the former First Lady Jane. I beg your pardon, Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. A rather sad note for the country at large, but I'll be bringing you more reactions from across the country on this particular issue. Like I mentioned earlier, also we are stationed at the premises of the late Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, and we'll be bringing you updates on that particular issue. We also do have some updates on the police officer who was standing trial for using a service rifle to kill his girlfriend at Addo, and he has been sentenced to life imprisonment. Inspector Chimesi was arrested in May 2023 after a specialized police operation led to his arrest at his hideout at Setre near Efidiase in the Ashanti region. He was accused of shooting 26-year-old Victoria Dapa, also known as Majwa, near multiple times in the abdomen and chest in April 2023 at about 9:50 p.m. We have our colleague Ibrahim Abubakar to give us more perspectives on that particular issue. Well, we'll connect to him shortly, but George is now on the line. He's at the residence of the late First Lady Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. Paint a picture for us. What's the mood where you are now?
Okay, so it's a very solemn mood here. As you can see, Ghana actually is mourning the longest serving First Lady. And people from all walks of life, dignitaries, you just named them, are here to show solidarity. Chief of Staff was here. Second Vice Chairman of the party, Harris Akuffo, is here. MPP faithful are here. And everyone is quite tight-lipped. They don't want to say a word because, they are shocked because other people that I spoke to said there were no signs of sickness when they saw her. So this death is a big blow to them. And there's one lady that was named after the former First Lady, that's Cynthia, Nana Konadu, was named Jay. And the father used to work with the former First Lady. They've worked for decades. And so it was a favor that was granted to her by the former First Lady. So it's a reason she had to just name the daughter by that name. She's 40 years old. So one thing is, if the former First Lady doesn't see phone calls, she'd rather you come home and then sit down and talk. So there are times where Cynthia had gone to visit the woman, but she looked a bit timid and the woman was like, "I should your name of her mean. If this is how timid you look, then please let me take my name back." It tells you of how strict and adventurous and courageous woman that she was. So it's been favor for her all the time. She remember going to the Dubai and then at the airport, she had excess luggage. So she was supposed to pay, but the attendant dropped the charge because she bore the name Nana Konadu. So clearly, it's a mixed feeling here. People are sharing fondest memories, but all the thing that runs through all their lips is that she's very strict and very hard working, and then she's empowered women across the length and breadth of this very country.
Interesting, George. Can you walk us through some of the dignitaries that have passed through since you were stationed there?
So under the administration of Rawlings, the Chief of Staff, Nana Tuda, who's also a lawyer, is here. Patrick Bawumia is here, MP is here. Harris Akuffo is here, I mentioned. And Chief of Staff is here, he's going. And I also know Fritz Bafo, Fritz Bafo, who is also a broadcast journalist and also an MP, and he's here. Then I also can see philanthropist, diplomat, former ambassador to Saudi Arabia is also here. I spoke to him. Professor Buzia is here. And so even the pressman, if you get to the gate, the pressman, the number of pressmen should tell you the gravity of this very day. It's a hard one here. A lot of them are here. Then they are coming, some coming in the league, but those that I've mentioned are those who are actually stationed here. There's a book of condolences that have been opened for her, and so most of them are, but some come and then they go, they pay their solidarity and then they go back. So, and then also see the former Interior Minister, Bruce Terry, and then Cletus Aboka. A lot of them are here.
You know, yesterday we got a glimpse of her children, and you could tell that they were really smitten by this event. Have you perchance glanced at any of them today? How are they faring?
Yeah, I've seen all of them. Kimati just, went upstairs, but the other three sisters are here. Zanata is here. And yeah, they're actually, greeting the guests that come around. And yeah, you can see from their face that it's not really a pleasant thing at all for them. They wished they could have saved their mother's life if that came to show. Honestly. But I actually saw Kimati, tears from Kimati. Even though he's in glasses, I saw some tears dropping off when he had to passport.
Interesting. Finally, what's the security situation there? How are things being managed, especially with
security is very tight. Security is very tight. It's police personnel and military personnel. It's a very tight one. And an hour ago, they brought some barricades from the police service just to ensure that the visitation setup is done so well. So there are some areas you're not supposed to go, so these barricades will assist us.
Into the office. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. That was my colleague George Queen bringing us live updates on the residence of the late former First Lady Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. If you just tuned in, this is Midday Live here on 3FM 92.7 with me, Michael Obudu, where I'm bringing you updates across the country on the passing of the former First Lady Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. Now, to more stories, a new poll by research firm Global Info Analytics shows former Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia maintains a strong lead among new Patriotic Party delegates ahead of the party's upcoming presidential primary. The October 2025 survey, which sampled over 2,600 delegates nationwide, shows Dr. Bawumia leading by 44% despite a slight dip of 3 percentage points compared to the September poll. His closest rival, Kennedy Agyapong, follows with 19%, while Brian Champon places third with 5%. The data suggests that although Bawumia's dominance remains, momentum appears to be shifting slightly in favor of his challenger, particularly Kennedy Agyapong and Brian Champon, who both gained ground in the last month. The latest poll results highlights a tightening race, growing undecided voters, and regional variations that could make the final outcome less predictable as the NPP heads towards its much anticipated contest. But let's walk you through some data on this particular issue. Now, the national support levels as at October 2025, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia stands at 44%, Kennedy Ohene Agyapong 19%, Dr. Brian Champon 5%, Dr. Yao Osei Duchum stands at 1%, Kwabena J. Agyapong at 1%, undecided 15%, undisclosed 15%. Now, the trend as compared to September 2025 reveals that Dr. Bawumia has declined by 3 percentage points. Kennedy Agyapong has gained 2 percentage points. Brian Champon also up by some 2 percentage points. The undecided delegates dropped sharply from 27% to 15%, while undisclosed voters rose from 4% to 15%, a trend similar to patterns seen before the 2023 NPP primaries. Now, the runoff scenario, Bawumia is at 46%, Kennedy Agyapong at 23%, undisclosed 15%, and undecided is at 16%. Now, we'll move on to more stories now, and security has tightened at
some hori team course or channel so mamra so yemrewa da sene so body area dumbi adomania essential ya sumi pa aha a GA politics avenue.